Good morning. Welcome to Lasham Daily Briefing for Monday, the 20th of April, 2026. So we'll start this morning with the usual synoptic charts. We're looking at midnight last night, and there's a high pressure centred near Iceland, which is ridging across the UK. And if we take that through to lunchtime today, there's your picture. So we got quite a considerable high up at 10:37. It's going to be about 10:24 across southern counties here, and that should give us quite a nice day. Probably blue to start with, but the cumulus later on. If we take that through to lunchtime tomorrow, the high still lingering around Iceland, but the ice bars have squeezed up a little bit. It might be just a tad windier tomorrow, and it should still be a nice day though. Wednesday, we'll just see if it keeps going. High pressures do tend to hang around for a little while. We can see there's now low pressure building up from west of the Bay of Biscay and Spain, and that will be starting to affect us. And into Thursday, there's a long range outlook for the week. That low is still hanging around there, but this high is still blocking and keeping it at bay. Sat pick here, if we just take that up until we've got some sunshine on the ground, you can see that it's quite clear skies throughout the whole of southern England, and I would imagine this whole area is going to be soarable by the time the sun gets up and the convection gets going. Rain radar shows very little around to affect us. Looking at the rain forecast, if we take that through hour on hour, so there's 9 o'clock in the morning, it's just generating the map, and there's virtually nothing on there. Keep going throughout the day. Yeah, a rain-free day, by the looks of it. So we'll move on to TAFs and METARs. Just refresh that, see if ODIM have issued. No, they've still not issued anything yet. So their METAR is 220, 2 knots. Viz about 900 meters in mist and fog. Few at 100 feet, few at 2,500 feet. Temperature 4, dew point 4, pressure 1024. I would imagine by the time the sun gets on the ground there, that will all change. And Farnborough, this is 90 minutes ago. They're forecasting variable 2 knots, Cav K becoming between 6 and 9 o'clock this morning, 050, 10 knots. Winds aloft to the north of us, 1,000-foot winds, 0805 knots, and 2 and 5,000 feet, 1105 knots. To the south of us, 1,000-foot wind, 09020, same at 2,000 feet, and at 5,000, 07010. On the surface here at Lasham, windy is forecasting at 10 o'clock this morning, about 7 knots northeasterly. And if we take that through to 5 o'clock this afternoon, 6 knots northeasterly, so very little change there. The local Met Office forecast concurs with that. Light breeze to start with, gentle breeze throughout the day, 7, 8, 9 knots at the most, and remaining northeast or east-northeast throughout the day. Temperature-wise, GFS are forecasting about 11 to 12 centigrade at lunchtime, with the dew point down about 3 centigrade. Currently here at Lasham, if I just refresh that, get the latest figures, there we go. Temperature 6, dew point 4. So the split's not started yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a soarable day. This was at about 20 past 7 this morning. If I just refresh that, and we just turned the fog off, and there we go. Sky sight, here's the cross section with time along the bottom, altitude in feet up the left hand side. Blue to start with, first cumulus around about sort of early to mid-afternoon, and cloud-based sky gradually coming down. But let's wait to see what actually occurs, because those lines are quite close to each other, and if they get the dew point below the sort of level where we'll get cloud, then we might see a few wispy bits around. Sky sight, this is potential flight distance here, and along the sort of south coast is good. I would imagine there'll be quite a few going out to the west, as it looks quite good out there, and maybe one or two want to get down onto the south coast and do that one again. Top Meteo, again, potential flight distance, showing very similar areas to sky sight, so that's encouraging. And if we run through the thermal heights from about 10 o'clock, where the records is going to start going, this is a live-in, we're up to around 4,000 feet there, just below 4,000 feet by about 11 o'clock in the morning. And as we go throughout the day, those numbers get better. We're up to at least 5,000 feet anywhere out to the west of us, which is looking good. And that's going to continue throughout the day. That's 6 o'clock in the evening, probably some sea air coming along the south coast there. It's starting to kill that off a little bit. And yeah, looks like a good day and a long day. NOTAMs of number 16 here. If anybody's going out to the west, the parachute drop zone is showing 8 nautical mile radius and up to 13,000 feet. So just be aware of that. I've already tried ringing both those numbers. I've got no response so far. I will try again just to let them know that there'll be multiple gliders out that way. As far as the rest of the NOTAMs are concerned, let's just bring the map up for you to have a quick look. Okay, so there's the 16 there. But certainly in the Lasham area, there's not a great deal to worry about. But if you do go outside Nimsfield Way, Brize Norton Way, you've got Fairford. And of course, as we've already discussed, we've got the parachute drop zone at Salisbury. Let's move on then to the local airfield briefing. And we'll start with glider bookings. There's 2 K21s on book flying, 1 K21 5-day course, K21 casual list, K13 on trial lessons. Limited single seat availability, as you would expect on a good soarable day. And there's 2 on the casual list, so if there is an instructor out there that would like to help, please come along, you'll be more than welcome. The same is available as per usual. There's one I've not had it confirmed yet, but there's supposedly a Beach 200 departing at 1500 local. And then a couple of adverts, one for the Women Go Gliding Weekend, 16th to 17th of May. Let's make that work for everyone. Have a great time. And there's the Autumn Wave Camp, 4th to the 23rd of October. Details from Barry, Evan, myself, and booking via the office. So back to the general situation today. High pressure over the region with good soaring conditions throughout the day. Initially blue, I reckon, with the queue developing out to the west, and that'll be sort of early to mid-afternoon. It's a light northeasterly flow. We'll be on runway 09, normal ops, cables on the south side. So please be ready when the cable tug arrives. And of course, do not land or taxi aircraft on the disused runways showing in red on the next slide. So here's a setup. Launch point in the usual place. Grid on 09 Grass North. Self-launchers behind. Call forward on the radio when you're ready. Right and left-hand circuits onto 09 Grass South and North. That's pretty much it from me today. Have a great day's flying, and please keep it safe.